Rob, I just love talking to you. I love the work of CityBible Forum in Australia and particularly in Melbourne since I'm there. I love the podcast, Bigger Questions. What I really want to know is what are the biggest questions that you think that people are asking right now?
Wow, that's a really good question. I mean, because I think I could answer that in many different ways, because I think there are lots of big questions. There's big questions, I think, in our culture, politically and socially and economically, that we're asking, that our culture is asking. But I think underneath all those, for me, that there are even bigger questions. That's why we call the show Bigger Questions. There's lots of big questions, but there's even bigger ones. And I think that often they connect to the reality of God in the world. Now, when I talk to people about God, that often one of the biggest question that presents itself is often the question of suffering, of why is there suffering in the world? If there's a good God, why is there pain and difficulty and tears in this world? But I think underneath that, the even bigger question is really, I think, connected to the reality of God. Is God real? And I think because if God is real, then I can deal with suffering and I can deal with the pain and the challenges of my life. And so to me, that is ultimately, I think, the biggest question. The biggest question is God real, and what difference does he make in my life today? And so hence that's really what I love exploring with Bigger Questions. And I think even some of our big questions that our culture is facing, about COVID, about the future of the economy, the future of our culture, ultimately, I think that if God is real, then I think he will make a difference even in those spaces as well. And I think that's what I enjoy seeing and enjoy reflecting on, seeing how the reality of God does impact even the everyday big questions that we're all facing.